Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. I just thought I'd cobble this quick video together just to show you my collection of Lidl's tools, because very shortly I'm going to be putting a full unboxing of two brand new Lidl's tools I'll be getting this coming Sunday, and I'll be doing a full unboxing of each of them and uploading them next week. But before that, I'll just quickly run through the tools I've got and the reason I've got them. I'll go through sort of like my career and my history, because it'll give you an idea what I've used them for. I left school in 1975 and straight into a job as an apprentice gas engineer with what was then North West Gas at Blackpool. I was with them for 22 years until 1997 when I took voluntary redundancy. When I first started in the gas board, I'm going to start reminiscing, babbling on now, I can feel it coming, but skip this if it's boring here. When I first joined British Gas, it was a great job. The procedure of your day was you used to meet at the depot in the morning, have a brew from the brew machine in the workshop, have a natter with the rest of your lads, you got given your work by a supervisor. After that, we all went to the cafe and spent about another hour in the cafe having a bacon butty and another brew, and then you started your daily work. You could work through your dinner hour, you could finish early. As long as you did your day's work, the supervisor was happy. We all got together. If one of the lads had a bigger job than normal, when you finished your job, you'd go and give him a lift, knowing you'd get the same back the day after if needed. It was great. Good camaraderie, great job, but not a lot of productivity done. As with all jobs, it changed. Everything became performance targets, productivity reviews. They closed all the depots. There are no gas depots as such now where engineers meet. They're all home based. You got your jobs on a laptop computer. It knew where you were every minute of the day. They also changed the voluntary shift system, which included weekend work and late nights and 24-hour standby. That was all voluntary, and there was always plenty of volunteers to do it for the extra money. They changed that to be compulsory. This was in the 80s and 90s. The 90s had changed that. Well, at the time I was running a mobile disco. I started running a mobile disco in 1987 till 99. So I wanted my Saturday nights free doing weddings and things like that. So I found that the compulsory shift system was affecting that. So they offered voluntary redundancies, and in 1997 I took voluntary redundancy. It was a big decision to make at the time. I had young kids, a mortgage, wife, and you're leaving a well-paid job in risk of setting up on your own and it not working out. But I'd got to the stage that I just hated working for British Gas, so I took the voluntary redundancy. Used the money to buy myself a van and tools and everything, and I set up on my own as a self-employed corgi, as it was then, registered gas engineer. It then became Gas Safe. Well, engineers now are Gas Safe registered. So that was 1997. I then worked for 20 years as a self-employed gas engineer, and had a great time. I did what I wanted, when I wanted, mainly concentrating on service and repairs and fitting fires, cookers, wall heaters. Not so much central heating because I was on my own and it's more of a two-man job. So just doing the stuff I wanted and no standby, no emergency work whatsoever. So that was great. So a couple of years ago I made the decision to retire. I had my gas board pension. I had 22 years of contributions to the gas board pension scheme. I worked out, it was only a very meagre pension. I worked out that I could just about sort of survive, and I wouldn't have the overheads of running a van and regular qualification courses I had to do and that. So I made the decision to retire a couple of years ago, and it's been great. So I found myself with a load of spare time on my hands. I've loads of hobbies: radio control cars, driving around in my kit car, astronomy, stuff like that. Hope to be making little bits of videos on them now. Set up this channel a couple of months ago. I'll be doing unboxings and things of tools, and that's the sort of main reason I'm doing this today. So I hope you don't mind that little 5 or 10 minute aside on the history, but it explains why I've amassed all these Lidl's tools. So very shortly I'm going to be showing them all laid out in the garage. If you've never used a Lidl's tool, their own make is called Parkside. I could thoroughly recommend them. They are not, don't get me wrong, they are not in the league of the top of the range DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, the Blue professional Bosch equipment. That is much more professional, designed for constant use, and of course is 2, 3, 4 times the cost. If you're a professional on a building site using it 7 days a week or whatever, yeah, that's the sort of thing you'd be going for. But if you're a keen DIYer, or you're only using these tools every now and then for light to medium duty work, Lidl's range of tools are great, and of course they have a 3-year warranty, as do Aldi tools. So the 3-year warranty is great. I'll be going into that shortly with a drill. I'll explain that and how good their warranty is. But just for now, here's a quick look at the tools I've amassed over the years and a quick run through explanation of them. I am not going to be doing a demo on these tools, or obviously an unboxing, because they've already been unboxed years ago. But from now on, I only set up this channel a couple of months ago. From now on, every new tool I get, no matter who makes it, or every new gadget, I will be doing an unboxing and a demo on it. Now I am going to be getting 2 new Lidl's tools this coming Sunday. It is now Monday. This coming Sunday I'll be getting 2 new ones. A little grindstone, which you'll see shortly, and a little handheld angle grinder, a tiny little thing, and a wood plane, which I've not seen before. I've seen a picture of it coming. I'll be getting one of them because it looks quite handy. The tiny angle grinder, I'll explain when I do the unboxing why I'm getting a new one. I've already got this one. It may be confusing, but I'll be taking that back today to get a refund. I'll be buying a new one on Sunday when they come out in stock. I'll explain fully why I'm doing that when I do that upload on that unboxing. But for now, here's a quick run through of all the tools I've got. Okay, so here's the collection of Lidl's tools I've got. Now this is, I really like this. It's a little handheld angle grinder. This will be going, I'm filming this on a Monday. As soon as I finish filming this will be going back under its guarantee. There's a week to go on its guarantee, and I will be getting a new one when they come in stock this coming Sunday. But the guarantee will be up back then, so I've got to go and get money back on it and buy a new one on Monday. I'll go into more details on that when I do the full unboxing, because I will be doing an unboxing and a full review of Show It in Action, cutting through various things when I get that on Monday. So look out for that video. I'll be uploading that as soon as possible. I'll go into details then about this and why I'm taking it back. So this is the what's this? Oh, see, the file, the electric file. So again, quite handy thing. That's this sort of like abrasive tape you wrap around it, and it's an electric file. This is the combination cutter. There we go. Combination cutter. It's sort of like a rotary cutter. I used it for a project where I was cutting out circles forget what it was on now, making some wooden wheels or something, but it's great. It's like a little tiny router, cut sideways, and you can cut perfect circles and cut holes in large diameter holes in sheets and discs of circle and use it as a sort of little router type thing. This is one of my most used ones. That's like a mini circular saw, plunge saw they call it. It's got a little laser on the top that projects a red line. But if you're not going through massively thick wood, I've got a full size circular saw, a Revolution, that cuts through metal and all sorts, nails and everything, but it is quite a big, hefty thing to wield around. I used to use that for lifting floorboards and that. This would be ideal for cutting tongue and groove on floorboards and cutting across the top of the joists. I think it's got sort of like about a 1 inch cutting depth, something like that, but really small and handy, and a lot easier to handle than a big circular saw. This is the original small drill I got about 4 years ago, I think. That's the one they sent me as a replacement. I'm going to go into detail on them too very, very shortly. So that'll just give you an idea on Lidl's after sales service. I will tell you the details of what happened with that one straight after this, when I do the head-to-head talking to you. This is a laser level. This didn't come in a case, doesn't come in a blow moulded case, unfortunately. And I think I lost the original Lidl's box, so I just keep it in some box a camera came in or whatever. But great for clamping onto stuff. I used that when I was doing the man shed to line up cross members and wallpaper and things like that. It's pretty handy for that. A little tiny rechargeable soldering iron. Great, it just plugs in a USB. You get a little USB stand with it that you can plop it on between use, keeping it topped up, and a little wall plug for it. It's only of use for tiny jobs on like circuit boards and real precision stuff. You can see how thing, but it's just not hot enough for sort of general use. But if you've got any real precision jobs you want doing, it is good, and it was pretty cheap. That's just a set of glue sticks. I melted me glue gun to the carpet. Was using it in the man shed, and I left it on totally overnight. I think it was on about 24 hours. It burnt a hole in the carpet and it burnt itself out. So I didn't. That was out of its guarantee, I think, and I wouldn't have taken it back because it was my fault leaving it on so long, and it just ended up. You put a fuse in it, it just blows, so something burnt out inside. I haven't got the replacement glue gun yet. As soon as I come back in, I'll get one. This next one is a sabre saw. You can sort of twist the handle 90 degrees, and you know the sort of thing. You've seen the blades. You cut through tree branches, wood, metal cutting blades. Pretty handy thing to have. 2 hole cutting saws. That's hole saw sets. That's a diamond one for. I use that on the bathroom when I installed the shower and the plumbing for the waste pipe round the sink, etc. So they're diamond tipped for cutting through tiles. Another hole saw set for use on wood for putting like downlighters in, things like that. Drill sharpener, again very handy. I do have a Drill Doctor drill sharpener that does cobalt and all sorts, but it's slightly more complicated to use than this. This was cheap just for my normal one, so it's pretty effective. Sharpens them pretty well. Next, this is now I'm pretty sure I got this from Lidl's. Could have been Aldi's. It's not a Parkside, it's Powerfix Profi, as you can see. But it's a little, there's no batteries in it, Mum, but a remote camera for poking down little holes. It's got an LCD digital screen there and a light on it. Pretty handy for poking down inaccessible places and seeing. I use it in the man shed for poking down the vent holes to check for damp or whatever under the floorboards. This was from Lidl's. It's one of their own makes, I think, Crivet. A bike maintenance kit. Don't use our push bike so much now. Wife's legs aren't so good, and I'm getting a bit too old for biking, hence the big belly. And so that's the bike kit. So that's about all the little tools I've got. I will be getting, like I said, this weekend. It's now Monday. Sorry, it's now Monday. On Sunday, the mini over there, the first thing I showed you, the mini angle grinder is coming back in stock. So I'll explain that when I do the full walkthrough. But yeah, I'll explain it then because it'll take a bit too long now. But I will be doing a full unboxing and demonstration on that. It's a really handy little tool to have. I will be taking that back shortly, as soon as I finish this, and getting the cash and then buying the new one on Monday. And also on Monday is one I've not seen before, which is a little handheld wood plane, which should be pretty handy. I have got an electric plane. Power Devil, I think, is the make, the red ones. Not very good, bit heavy, very heavy actually, very bulky, but good for cutting like bits off the bottom of doors for when you fitted a new carpet, things like that. A power plane is ideal for that, when you want a bit more than sanding off and a bit less than a saw can take off. So I'll be getting one of them. Plenty more electric tools. The other tools I've had, that Bosch drill there, SDS drill, absolutely fantastic. I've had that over 20 years. It's never let me down. I've used it on SDS mode for chiselling out fireplace openings, using big long 3-foot 1-inch diameter drills through walls. That's a good quality Bosch drill. Use that a lot on the construction of the man shed, mainly for drilling. I use the little Lidl's drill that I'll be going into very shortly, soon, for screwing the screws in. It's a JCB jigsaw and a Works mains powered multi-tool. Again, if I didn't already have the Works, I would get the Lidl's Parkside multi-tool, the battery operated one. It seems well made and good value. So that's about it. That's the all the Lidl's tools I've got, all locked securely away in the garage, and I've used every single one of them. Some of them not so much. Don't use this combination cutter much. Not really use the electric file too much, but that little grindstone, the plunge cutter I've used a hell of a lot, and this small drill screwdriver. Again, they do a bigger one. I would definitely recommend that if I didn't have the Bosch one there. But I'll go into detail now about these, and this will just give you an idea on Lidl's after sales service. So we'll go into detail about that now. So that's just a quick run through and quick explanation of which tool does and the ones I've got. Like I mentioned before, the angle grinder, I'll be going into more detail when I do the full unboxing on what's happened with that. But I'd just like to say now, just to explain Lidl's, my experience of Lidl's customer care, and I can only say it's been a good one. I've only had to return one tool. Only had to get in touch with them about one of their tools, and it was this, the little handheld drill driver. I got this because it's a much lighter, easier one when you're not doing heavy drilling work and you don't need the big mains power drills or the Bosch drill I've got. This is ideal for lighter work and for driving screws. Now, I got this about 4 years ago. I started building this this shed that I'm in now about a year ago, and I was using this a lot. And during use, it started coming apart at the back. Now, I don't know whether you can just put this on. If you look here, where are we? There you can see there is quite a wide opening up around it. The screws that hold it together through here and there, I've tried tightening them up and it's just the threads have just stripped and that is coming apart. It still works fine, the light on the front and everything, but because it is coming apart, it is stuck on high speed. I can't get it into low. Having said that, I very rarely used them in low speed. I kept it on high speed, just the small drill bits and screw driving, so it's not too much of a detriment. But I did get in touch with Lidl about it. If you get something going wrong under a year, and again, always keep your receipts. I keep every receipt for every Lidl tool I get, right up till over to 3 years. If it goes wrong within a year, you've got the option of swapping it for another tool if there's one in stock, like for like, or they'll give you a full refund. Now, after that, between the 1 year and the 3 year, you've then got to ring a number up that they'll give you in shop or it's online, and explain to them what the problem is and go through it. I'm not saying they'll pay out to give you a new tool or whatever for every fault. I don't know. I can only tell you my experience. And I told them that. I went through it. I said it still works, but it is coming apart and it is stuck in one speed. So they said, fine, we'll send you another one. They didn't want me to send this back. They didn't ask. I would have. I'd have even paid postage with it being. I forgot to say, yeah, it was nearly 3 years old. It was 2 years, 10 months old when this happened. And it has loads of use, probably more than it was designed for, building this shed that I'm sat in now. And so it had some stick and some rough use. So fair enough, it was nearly 3 years old. Weren't expecting much. They said, yeah, that's fine. Keep it, we don't want it back. We'll send you another. And here's the other one they sent me. Now, they have changed the design of them on the later ones. They're a bit sort of nicer looking, and they've gone from a 1.5 amp battery to a 2 amp battery. This one they sent me, even though the new range was out, was one of the old range. But that's fine, and as you can see, it is like new. It's as if it's never been used. It's like brand new, sort of old stock. And as you can see, there's no gap, and I can change thing, and it works perfectly. So I've now got two. Both of them work. So I'm going to carry on using the old one until it totally dies, and then once that's died, I can start using the new one. So that is great. I don't know how you feel about that, but that is, to me, great service. Nearly 3 years old on a mid-range, it was only $29.99 whatever tool, And they sent me a brand spanking new one with a new battery and a new case. The only thing that didn't come was the charger, which I already had anyway. So I've got the one charger, two cases, two drills, two batteries. Brilliant. So that's why I would recommend Lidl's Parkside tools. Your experience may be different. I don't know. Like I said, I can only speak for mine. But I will continue to buy them and find them really, really good value. So I hope you found any interest, any info in this, on whether to buy any of their range of tools. I hope it's made your mind up to it. Yeah, do it. I would recommend it. Like I said, they're not up there with the absolute top of the range, very expensive Powertools, Milwaukee, DeWalt and Blue Bosch and that, but way, way better than your normal absolute bottom of the range. I would say they're a good mid-range thing with a good 3-year warranty. So look out. Like I said, every new one I buy from now on, and I will be doing a full walkthrough, unboxing and in-use video on it, and I will be on that little angle grinder and the little plane, battery operated plane, as soon as I get them this coming Sunday. So I hope you found this of some use. Stay tuned for them two vids. I'll have them uploaded as soon as I can. Bye for now.